What could be the most brutal way for an insect to die? Being thwacked by a human? Snatched by a slimy reptilian tongue? How about having your brain overrun by a deadly parasite while being eaten alive? It's probably that one. This is the Cordyceps fungus, and it survives by turning insects into zombies. Not that kind of zombie, but it's pretty rough, not gonna lie to you. Animal zombies don't eat their family and friends. They lose control over their bodies and behavior when infected by parasitic fungi called cordyceps. Over 400 varieties of cordyceps infect as many as 10 different insect groups. Some specialize in one kind of insect, like carpenter ants. Others aren't quite that picky. All the cordyceps wants is a safe place to raise its kids. It reproduces by dispersing spores in the air. These spores enter the bodies of its unsuspecting host by clinging to their exoskeletons. Over the next 4 to 5 days, the fungus spores grow by feeding on its host's organs. But the insect's behavior shows no sign of pain. It gets increasingly hyperactive, hypersexual, or zombie-like. Eventually, it'll be triggered to head to a more humid microclimate that's better suited to the development of the fungus. You'd think cordyceps control the minds of these insects by infecting the brain cells, but that's not the case. Instead, the spores hack the nervous system using bioactive compounds. This allows it to release dopamine to reward specific behaviors. Other cordyceps spores work by altering an insect's DNA. This doesn't sound like an alien invasion, I don't know what does. An infected ant feels compelled to climb a high branch and bite into a leaf or stem with all its strength. The growing fungus spores eat up the last of the ant's internal organs as it stays in place, anchored by its bite. This vantage point offers optimum light and humidity for the cordyceps to mature over the next 3 weeks. The ant eventually dies, and the fungus blooms out of its head. Guess I know what I'm going to be for next Halloween. Cordyceps fungus. It's now ready to disperse more spores that latch onto other ants passing by. The cordyceps fungus can easily wipe out entire ant colonies. But many ants can be seen licking the spores off themselves. They know what the fungus is capable of. They also drive infected members of the colony away to protect the majority. Body snatching is not all that uncommon in the animal kingdom. Another parasitic fungus, Massapora, likes to infect periodical cicadas. These cicadas spend the first 13 to 17 years of their lives underground. In their final weeks, they surface to find a mate. The Massapora hijacks their bodies and starts feeding on their organs. Soon, their rear half falls off and is replaced by the fungus itself. It pumps cicada full of hallucinogenics like amphetamine and psilocybin.
It is a magic mushroom, isn't it?
Yep, that's the same stuff found in magic mushrooms. We'll never know how many double rainbows the now frisky and energetic cicada sees, but we do know that the chemicals help repress the pain. As it flies around behaving badly, spores rain out of its rear end, infecting more cicadas. Sure enough, some people have thought of eating these cicadas. That is a terrible idea. The potential for a mind-altering experience requires you to ingest dozens of them, and the cicadas might also be full of mercury from their time underground, or cause allergic reactions. The only trip on offer here is one to the hospital.
Freaking out there.
On the other hand, eating cordyceps might improve the health of your kidneys and immune system. Ironic. Their use is common in Chinese medicine, and you can even buy them as supplements. Wondering what other animals might spruce up your health? We have that covered in another episode of Crazy Creatures. Feeding on their hosts while controlling their minds is what these animals do. And that's why they're crazy creatures.